then the husband.
Happy to have here Dr. Odieko again on the.
We produce his sperm sample, we will treat it and inject it with his eggs we've collected, and the resulting embryos will transfer into the woman's womb. That is IVF. So the pregnancy resulting from that is the same as any other pregnancy, and the babies are normal. Yeah, so that we've been able to do, and a lot of people are happy for it.
Dr. They are seeing people saying this IVF babies, they are not normal, they will have a complication, they are very abnormal babies. I don't know.
Well, it's not true. Incidentally, we came from Nigeria, and the first government recognized IVF baby in Nigeria is a medical doctor as we speak today. Yeah, so if she was not normal, she won't be able to study medicine. So it's like a normal pregnancy. So the babies born from IVF procedures are normal babies, and they live healthy lives as well.
Who can do the IVF?
Well, now that's a good question. Anybody that is suffering from infertility should seek for help. And now it starts from younger couples. Now you want to ask me, why would younger couples seek for IVF? There are many reasons. Number one, maybe a lady of maybe around 20 to 25 years old, and the man is around 30 or 32. They should be able to give babies. But you find out that probably the man has sperm problem. And we have noticed that majority of the causes of infertility in the Gambia as a result of the male factor. Exactly. So when the sperm is not adequate, it cannot fertilize the eggs to achieve pregnancy. And a lady who, for some reasons, maybe ignorance or some wayward life, had repeated D&C, repeated abortion, and those now have her tubes tampered with, she will seek IVF. So in IVF, we are just bypassing the tube, the fallopian tubes for the treatment. So that's number two. Number three, for women that of advanced maternal age, they have passed the reproductive age, it is not good to deny them motherhood. So there's this type of IVF which we call the third party, whereby third parties are involved. So that is another part of IVF. So anybody that falls within these categories should seek IVF.
It means when you have menopause, because sometimes you see some people have early menopause, some people will have late. So it means that when you at menopause, you can do the IVF.
Perfect. Even when you are at menopause, and you seek help, IVF can be offered to you, and via third party, maybe through oocyte donor and all that. They can, and that is what is done all over the world. You understand? It's not just in Gambia, all over the world. People that are menopausal, but then the association is trying to regulate the age. So we will not say because a woman is menopausal, somebody that is 70 years old will come and seek IVF. No, because you still have to put logic. If you are helping a woman at 70, so how many years does she have left to take care of this baby? So it's a holistic approach in infertility treatment.
Okay, because some people are saying the egg is not yours, so the baby will not be like yours, and that also, so it can have a complication on the baby.
Not at all. I keep telling people that when it comes to that type, because IVF is there's no one treatment fits all. What will suit Mrs. A will not suit Mrs. B. Now, if the treatment for Mrs. B has to do with a third party, it could be both. I'm talking generally now. It could be an egg donor, or if the man does not have sperm, it could be like sperm donor. But like I keep saying, an egg is not a child. Even a sperm is not a child. Even when you fertilize the egg and the sperm together to form an embryo. An embryo necessarily is not a child until it's implanted in the womb and it stays. Only then a child is formed. You understand? So a woman that is menopausal, that needs a third party and gets the assistance of egg donor, yes, she will be the one that will carry the pregnancy. Only a pregnant mother can give immunity to the child. You understand? But of course, it's the person that gives birth to the child that is biologically the mother of the child.
As you are preparing to go to the lab to do the procedure, how is it going to be?
Well, you see, the aspect of IVF is so unique because it's 50% human and 50% divine. I keep telling my client that we are like farmers. What does the farmer do? The farmer takes his seed and go and plant the seed, and he goes back home and pray to God to let the seed germinate. The farmer cannot decide whether the seed will germinate. The farmer can decide the good seed and plant, but it is God that will cause the seed to germinate. That is how we are. So when we are going to do a treatment, and once we now have the embryos, and it takes your expertise and the delicate surgical procedure to put the embryos inside the womb. Once you transfer the embryos into the womb, that is where science ends, divinity starts. So at that point, you have everything that has to do with science, provided it was done well, it ends there. So whether the woman will get pregnant is God that will decide. Exactly.
Okay, Dr. Odiko, before we get to talk to your is it the lab manager? So what advice would you give, especially to the in-laws, some of the husbands, because we know that infertility is many within the male factor, but they tend to blame the female, the women.
Yeah, well, I will use this opportunity to advise everybody in the Gambia that at LMAT Specialist Hospital, the technology is here. We do not take anything back to Nigeria, or the facilities are on ground. Do not suffer in silence. Do not blame your wife. Let the wife not blame the husband. It's a collective thing. When you're married 1 year, 2 years, no babies, you should seek help. So you should come to Element Specialist Hospital. The lab, the embryology lab here, it can match any embryology lab in this sub-Saharan Africa. It's very standard. So I know women, we like pointing fingers at the women. But in the Gambia, we have found out that majority of the problem is from the men. So we should not shy away from seeking help, even though ultimately it's God that we give. The LMR does not give children. We are scientists. It's God that gives children, but we should not shy away from seeking help. So let's stop the blame game. And if you have fertility issue, you come to the clinic and we can offer the services for you.
Thank you, Doctor. And I wish, but we can't enter the theater to see how the procedure is going.
Thank you. The theater has been prepared and sterile. Maybe another time when we are not doing procedures, we can take into the theater to. Thank you,
Doctor.
Thank you.
We have Ife here, and she is the lab manager. Ife, good afternoon, and welcome back to the Gambia.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me here again.
Ife, as the lab manager, what procedures are done in the lab?
We do a lot of procedures in the lab, starting from the sperm. Okay, so we get the sperms from the man. We check the sperm to see how many of them are good. By that I mean how many sperms the man have, how many of them are swimming well, how many of them have the good shape and all of that. So that's for the sperm. We also have a procedure where we preserve the sperm, like we can store it for future use. Okay, so we can have the man come in and produce his sperm sample, and then he travels. Okay, and then it's going to be there for as long as we need it. So you can have a sperm stored in the lab for even up to 10 years. Yes, so that's one of the procedures we do in the lab. Another one we do in the lab again is identifying the eggs. Okay, so after the doctors are done with their part, preparing the patient, making sure they have eggs, they take the patients to the theater, and then they retrieve the eggs from the ovaries from these patients, and then they send us the fluid that they have collected, and in the lab we are able to look at this fluid and to see if we can find eggs in them. We also, like I tell people, we are like the imam that wed or marries the egg and the sperm together. So once we have been able to identify these eggs, then we get the man's sperm, we merge them together, and then we put them in the incubator and we allow them to grow for some days, okay, between 2 to 5 days. And after that, again, another procedure we do apart from growing these embryos is also preparing them to be transferred into the woman's womb.
How about if somebody, like for example, we're talking about the menopause, and that's need the third party. If somebody come to, if you have a donor, how are you going to preserve that egg?
We have a storage like an egg bank. Okay, so the donors are screened properly, they are checked for everything, and then it's not everybody that walks into the clinic that are qualified donors. Okay, so you have to be healthy. Okay, you also have to have enough to give. We would not use all you have or something like that. Yes, so we would check her, screen her rigorously, ensure she's okay also mentally, and then we the same process of getting the eggs from the woman. We get the eggs from the donor and then we freeze them. So that's another procedure that we do. We can get the egg and then we can keep them. It's called cryopreservation. Okay, so we can get the eggs, we can preserve them to be used in the future. So once we have all of these eggs and the woman comes in and she matches because of course it's just like you go to the blood bank and you want to take blood, they are going to get the one that matches you. So the same thing for the eggs as well. So you do not have, and then we get your characteristics, and then we go back to the egg bank and then we check for the donor that has similar characteristics as you, and then we use that one with your husband's sperm, grow that into embryos, and then transfer into your own.
Right now you're going for the procedure at the lab. So if the place is exposed, what danger will it cause to you people and to the patient?
Okay, so I will just explain it clearly, like so that you can understand. Now what we are doing here is trying to mimic science, trying to do like the normal thing, how fertilization takes place inside of the body. Okay, so inside of the body, you do not see dust in there, you don't see dirt in there. Okay, so you try the inside of that piece is expected to be clean. Okay, so this is a man-made environment that we are trying to look like the womb. Okay, trying to have the behavior of the womb and everything. So as a matter of fact, we have to ensure that the place is very clean. Okay, so there are no dust, there are no particles all over the place. Everywhere is sterile. We have reagents we're using, wiping, cleaning, and it's a continuous thing. We even also have, apart from physically wiping down and ensuring that the place is neat, we also have machines. Okay, they are air filters. They filter the air of the lab continuously to ensure that we have good quality air. If the air is not of top quality, it becomes toxic. It becomes a poison to the embryos, to everything that we're doing there. So it's just like we're wasting our time. Okay, so that is why it is important. Unfortunately, you're here now, and then we are at that point where from here we are moving in there. So if you're still invited to come into the lab, but we have to conclude our procedure, and then we are done, and then you can come in.
People are watching the program, and Dr. told us, there are so many problems in the Gambia, especially from the male factor, but they tend to blame the women. And now this is happening in the Gambia, helping people. I think this is how many time you come to Gambia to do the procedure.
Say again.
I say when we started, so there are many success procedures which are done. The first baby of IVF was born, the twins are born. So this is how many times did you?
Okay, so for this year, this is the third time. Last year we came 3 times, so this is the 7th time. Okay, 7th time we've been here to do this IVF, and I must tell you, there are so many babies from here. We even have triplets. We have twins, babies. We have triplets. People are going home with their babies and all of that. So yes, we've been doing this from I think 2023. And then this is the 7th time we've visited Gambia.
And I wish that it will continue so that the crying mothers will not cry again.
Yes, I hope so. And then I'm taking this opportunity as well, because I was opportuned to witness some patients here yesterday or a few days ago. So I'm using this opportunity to I know there is a cultural thing going on, to enlighten people, to tell them, that what we are doing here is correct. What we are doing here, there are no fabrications here. There are no, I don't know how to put it now, but let me give you an example. A couple came in here yesterday, and then the man, of course, is not based there. I got to understand that majority of the men in the Gambia, a lot of them are outside and their wives are here. Okay, so they go and they come. Okay, so the man came in for the purpose of the IVF and he gave his sperm. Okay, and then due to one thing or another, we think it is best for her not to have her IVF treatment done now. We think maybe her womb is not ready. We want to push her to have it done in 2-3 months' time, so we can give her the correct medications to prepare her womb first before. So she was like, oh no, that people would say that she got pregnant after her husband had gone. Okay, so where did she get the baby from? So I'm trying to use the opportunity to create, to correct that impression, that IVF, it's something that we can pause, okay, and continue. The man can come in, just like I said, give you sperm, and we keep it. And we might not use it now, and we use it in 5 years' time. It is still his baby. Okay, so the fact that the man came in today and then she gets pregnant 6 months later, people should not think that she went outside to get pregnant. This is what IVF can do. It's also one of the pluses, okay, one of the good things of IVF. Okay, so you can come in, you can give your sample, you can travel, and whenever your wife is okay or the doctor feels is right, we can do the embryo transfer. your child, and it is the man's own and the woman's own.
Even DNA.
Even DNA can even, yes, show that it is for both of you. The fact that she did not conceive when you were here does not make it an outside baby. It's your baby. Yes.
Thank you so much. Dr. Aristide, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Okay.
I appreciate that you have visited the Element Hospital, and many people in the Gambia, they know me already. I'm over 20-something years here. I am a university professor in obstetric and gynecology, and I am now privileged that I've been invited to work with my long-term friend, Dr. Matthew. And my experience all these years in the Gambia, the infertility rate is extremely high. And to help the couple, childless couple, now there are facilities which they can help them. We haven't had these all these years. Now these institutions and these hospitals are offering a service for those couples. They have been infertile. They could not get a baby for a long time. Dr. Matthew and myself, we prepared the couple. Obviously, we're talking about couple because infertility is a system of a man and women. It's not only one-sided. So once we take the history and we prepare them whether they have any kind of gynecological or health problem. Once they have been identified that they are eligible for IVF, so we invite them, and we are also privileged. We have got experts of Nigeria. They make the way all the way to the Gambia to come and then helping us. And this cooperation between Nigerian colleagues and ourselves, it has been very positive. And I must give you a good news. This IVF program is being run about less than 2 years now, but the success rate of it is quite high. We're talking about Gambia. In the Gambia, we do not have all the facilities they have in Nigeria and other countries, but how much we appreciate our colleagues that honestly helping Gambian, male and female too. And I have to give you one good news, another one, okay? True. And I have to give you one good news, another one, okay? In our IVF patient, we have one lady. Her age is 51 years of age. 51 years of age, never had a child, infertile. We are going to publish this case. And when I saw her 2 days ago, she came to my clinic to check up. She is now about 22 weeks, 5.5 months pregnant, created here in this hospital.
Through IVF.
Through IVF. And that gives us more encouragement. The women should not be scared if they are aging. In fact, most of IVF patients, they are between 35 and 40 years of age, also the young people. So we want to give you the message that do not give up. When you think, when you are age, there is always a possibility that to get a chance and to conceive. I give you the best example. 51 is honestly the highest we have ever had to be not even normal pregnancy. So the Menescom IVF give the chance to young people to make use out of it. We've been waiting for this facility for many years. I'm here 20 something years. And now, I also would like to thank GRTS. We cannot forget about you. I've been working with GRTS for many years. I've been giving lectures, I've been giving interviews at GRTS, which we started again. The good thing at GRTS is a national TV. So it means people in the Gambia, they watch this TV and they get definitely very much interested that when today, those one who didn't know what IVF means, but today they know, and our expert from Nigeria, they have kindly, they give the very details. So if someone didn't know what IVF means, I think for you to producing this program, and your people can see, people can hear, and you are always see around at this Element Hospital. You are qualified, experienced doctors and advisor, nurses, midwives, so that if someone has got the chance and through the IVF, after many years waiting, they can deliver here. They can come to antenatal clinic here. We have all the facilities to offer them to this hospital to do that. So this is the very best way of giving this kind of real information. And then later on you will see the quite sophisticated and expensive machine we are using. Am I right?
Yeah.
And but it has to be done. If you start with something like that, to give the family the chance to start with the family, and they get pregnant. So these facilities has to be, and we are improving the system. The more we have success. In general, actually, about the success of IVF is about 45%. So there is IVF is not that you think 100%. But when the facilities are there, when the experts are there, when they know exactly give them the chance of getting pregnant, and we are delighted to prove it to the public that this clinic, with a big success of giving their couple a chance. So one more thing I would like to emphasize, when you get in age, men and women, in particular women, you should not be desperate and think, I cannot get pregnant. Well, this is our message to come to the Gambian. Don't get desperate. When the 55 years of age patient had the chance to get pregnant in this clinic, so do not be worried about your age. You rather take this information, and once you come here, the very first thing is we give them health education. The health education is very important for them, for the women to avoid certain things which eventually will end up that the fallopian tube get blocked. And this is when the fallopian tube of the woman blocked, there is no chance for them to get conceived in normal ways. But this system gives them such a great chance to develop that egg and sperm outside the womb, develop the certain stage, and implant it into the womb, because the womb doesn't have a problem. The problem was with the fallopian tube. So the health advice and board and general advice and general investigation will be done. So then he said, yes, you are eligible to do that. Or we have to work on you. They give you certain hormonal treatment and to make you ready to do it. But we have a good response. Patient listen to us. Patient taking our advice. And once we have a new IVF baby, we celebrate here. And this celebration is for the Gambia. They are Gambian to do. Obviously, there's some foreign community as well. But we live in this country. We must develop a health in such a way not be behind any other country which they can with this kind of system giving the childless people a chance. So I think I did emphasize this a lot. But because this is new, because this is successful, and then we are pleased, always available to communicate, to give help, and finally, when they come here, when they leave the door here, they are holding the baby. So, is that nice? It is beautiful.
Thank you, Dr. Asadi. We will keep on doing the sensitization part. As we are the, Dr. Asadi said, we are the national TV, and we are here to, our mandate is to sensitize people and teach them and tell them how they will go about their medical health. And as I say, we are here, we'll be keeping on updating you on this IVF. I think now, those mothers who always cry will not cry again, they will be holding their babies. But as I said, we will talk to the metro to set more light on the IVF in Wolof so that the Wolof listener, the people outside can know the IVF and the essence of having it.
But one more thing I have. IVF has a good side effect.
No bad side effect.
Sometimes. But the good side effect is through the hormone treatment we give it to them, they will end up not only with one baby. We have cases here with twins, triplets. So it means if someone has been childless for so many years, all of a sudden, with one treatment, you have three. Yeah. Okay, two. Okay, we negotiate about that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Asadi. Comme waxee ni ma ko waxee rek tey waxtaan bi ñu leen indi dafa am solo trop li nga xam ne mooy IVF dañ dee gis ne jigéen yu bari dañ dee sëy dañ dee am doom coow bi bari ñeneen ñi dañ dee bileem jigéen bi te fekk comme Gambien bi noonu dégg ngeen docteur ni nga ko waxee góor yi seen infertility si góor yi si la gën a bari dan jigéen